Hi guys, just checking on a few things and then I'll be going live and carrying on painting the orcs that I started in last night's stream. Okay, I think I was waffling there and you didn't hear a word because I forgot to push a button. All I basically said was, hi guys, going to carry on painting the orcs that I was painting from last night's stream. I did do a little stream this morning just to see if anyone was on really. Yeah, there's a handful of people on. So this week I am going to try and do a variety of live streams, different times, just to sort of see what time is best for more people to watch basically. The chances are it is going to be the evenings, evenings in the UK that is, because I know most of my sort of viewers, subscribers are American and from the UK. So doing one late in the evening in the UK means that obviously everyone's going to finish work and the people in America will be up and awake possibly. So yeah, going to carry on doing these guys. It's good to see a few people already doing some chat. Obviously, you guys were here last night, I believe. So we've got NB568 and Dreadfet. Definitely remember Dreadfet being here last night. Yes, obviously, when I first started talking, then I'd forgot to push a button, as you do. But yeah, so I'm going to carry on painting these guys. Obviously, I haven't started on their little sort of counterparts yet, but these are the Blood Bowl orcs. I think is it the Black Rock Down or Black Rocks or I'm sure black's in there somewhere with these orcs. I'm not too sure because I don't think I've got the box. I should have looked for it today, really, but I've been doing other things, so I didn't get really a chance. So, going to finish off painting these, and then if I get a chance, then I'll paint these. So with the live stream, again, there's no set sort of times as yet. I'm probably going to live stream till about 10ish, maybe longer. We'll see how it goes. See if anyone's obviously interested in seeing me painting, really. um, so I'm going to carry on with these. Not too much left to do, as in the main sort of paints on them, which is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do first off, I'm going to do some weathering on their armor, because obviously I want to make it look like it's metallic, or metallic's coming through. So I did do one quickly just before I started the live stream, and literally all I'm going to do is use a kind of spongy thing and just give it a little bit of a dib dab here and there. So it's kind of like dry brushing in a way. I'm going to load up the sponge, take most of it off, and then just dab it. And as you can see, pretty much just the edges, really, just sort of catch a few bits here and there, just to make it look like some of the paint that's obviously on this, as in the orange paint on the armor, is starting to sort of flake off and come away. So yeah, nice easy technique, but quite effective, and yeah, looks half decent, I think. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. Obviously, any questions, guys, throughout the sort of live stream, yeah, leave them in the comments, and if I can answer them, I will. Or chat amongst yourselves and just, well, sit back, relax, watch me paint. Obviously, if you're painting, even better. Kind of painting together, but in different rooms, countries, continents, and all. So yeah, cool. Oh yeah, something I was going to try and do is move the chat box. So I can't. So basically, I'm going to get some money or save up some money so I can get a screen to go right in front of me, so I can see the chat to make it easier to see it, obviously, and looking forward rather than looking at my screen that's obviously to my right. Um, where am I looking? Ah, normally there's a button I can push that pulls the chat out. Where is it? Oh, that could be it. Pop out chat. There we go. It just makes it a little bit easier that I can see the chat a little bit better rather than looking right over there. So yeah, say silver I'm using is Green Stuff World Metal Color. I like this one because it is quite a shiny, quite a shiny sort of silver, which is pretty cool. And then yeah, so it's a case of putting some on the sponge, um, and then say it's like dry brushing, so you don't really want much on there at all. And then it is a case of, well, dabbing it, scraping it, kind of whatever you fancy really. But definitely the edges, areas you think the paint would sort of scratch off the armor. So it doesn't need to be much. And a bit of the old knuckle dusters. And yeah, that's kind of it really. I am going to add some rust effect probably to the armor as well, because I want to make it look, well, like they're wearing rust buckets, so they're not nice and neat looking armor. So in the UK, it's been another crazy hot day. I've even got a fan. It's not blowing on me; it's blowing on my laptop to stop that from overheating. I say because the air is just so warm. It's ridiculous. Yeah, definitely roll on autumn. So as I mentioned in last night's stream, there should be 6 of these guys. Unfortunately, I've only got 5 because I bought the box set probably about 3 years or more ago, just because I wanted to paint up one of these. So obviously I got the box set, painted one up, and then left the box to sit on my shelf for obviously the next sort of, well, at least 3 years I reckon it's been up there. So it doesn't need much, just enough there to sort of make it look like some of the paints has started coming off. Might be enough on here to still do another one. Cool. Obviously, going to carry on with the silver because there are a few of the like the belt buckles. Um, Yeah, there's a couple of belt buckles around. So yeah, do them in silver, and I think some of the bits on their face guards I was going to do in silver as well. Um, but yeah, so there's not really sort of too many colours to these. There's yeah, I'd take too long to finish them. Although I did find the transfers, so I have got some transfers that I'm probably going to put on. Not sure, probably definitely put some numbers on, and then whatever these, well, these little symbol ones are. Again, I've got no idea. They still yet to play a game of Blood Bowl. Maybe one day. Was that Shopper Ross? I'd love to see your take on Mantic's The Walking Dead game. When I need an orc break, I will need an orc break. As much as I love orcs, you'll find this a lot with my channel. I go mad for one thing, and then I almost do it to excess, and even I get bored of doing it, and then I go on to something else, and then something else, and then I kind of like go back around in the circle, back round. So yeah, it's been a while since I've done anything with orcs. Obviously with Armageddon coming out, that kind of got me back into orcs. There's a video I've not released yet where I've made the again, this probably if you've only been around my channel for a long time, you'll know. But I had an orc called the Lonely Orc because when I first started the channel, so I didn't like painting miniatures. I liked making buildings, terrain, that's little dioramas, but painting miniatures I didn't really like. But I had one orc that I used as like a scale, just so I knew like how big to make the terrain. And he was called the Lonely Orc because he was the only orc I had. So he literally was on his own. I think I had him at least 6 months before I started to paint him. I'm not even sure if he ever fully got painted. But I was looking through some old videos about a month or so ago, and found I had some bits in my bits box to make him up again. So I sort of remade the Lonely Orc to paint him. But it's for a competition that obviously was a bit of time ago, so I've not released the video. And again, I'm waffling here. But yeah, so when I do get bored of orcs, I'll have a look at them. So the Mantic's Walking Dead. Presumably it has miniatures then, Shopper Ross even. Because I do play a few games, but not many. I tend more to obviously paint miniatures and make the boards up from the boards. I love making boards. Um, but yeah, playing games. Yeah, I don't really play that many to be honest. So there's only a few little bits I'm going to paint silver, and then I'll probably at the very end do a little wash over them just to make them obviously not look as neat. Mm, there's not too many. I think not sure what that is at the back, but that looks like it should be metal. Oh, you can buy the STLs for the game. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, definitely have a little look at that then, because obviously I can do a bit of 3D printing. Jason, yeah, bonjour to you. I know the bonjour bit. Um, I'm guessing that means excellent channel, maybe. Je adore, is that love? Yeah, good to have you here, Jason. Cheers for watching. Well, cheers for all of you watching, really. It's nice to have some people obviously here. Say, I haven't really done sort of much in the way, or haven't done any advertising that I'm doing live streams again. So it will take a while to sort of get back to where I was before with people watching. Um, Not that I ever had many. I think the most I had was about I think 200. 200 or 203, I think is the most people I've had watching it in one go. It used to typically be around about the 100, 130, I guess. But again, this is going back a good few years. These look like these should be painted silver as well. Yeah, no buckles in his shoes, I don't think. chances are I probably have missed one because I typically miss bits, but then when I go round again, I kind of like find them. So, Ludovic, hello from France. Well, hello from the UK. Good to have you here. My mini factory has the Walking Dead monthly tribe. Oh, okay. I'll yeah, give them a little check. Let's paint his little teethy thing as well. They can go silver. Oh, one thing I haven't got any music in my ear. Let's put some music on because whenever I paint, I don't know about you guys, but I like to sort of. Well, typically I'm watching something on Prime or Netflix, or failing that, I've got some music going. Um, let's do that. There we go. Good old 80s. Something I'm going to do. So I want to do more live streaming because I have got obviously a lot of boxes that need painting. So with those, I'm typically going to paint them in live streams. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the live streams, take out some of the footage, and then make that into a nice small, obviously a much more manageable, smaller video to show the full process of painting these from the beginning to obviously the end. Because I'm sure as much as people obviously enjoy being on a live stream, to watch a live stream when it's not live isn't as much fun because obviously you can't really sort of interact at all. So to sit and watch a video that's could be 2 hours long, especially if half of it is me just waffling on. So yeah, so I will be sort of making smaller videos to show what I'm painting or how I painted it. Yeah, so obviously as well as the boxes I've got to paint, if there's anything you want to see me have a go at painting, by all means let me know. And if I can get hold of it, then I will. So yeah, so just like Ross was saying about the Walking Dead, yeah, I'll take a little look and have a go at painting it. Jeff Fitz just bought Star Wars orks. Is that from Mr. Modulork? I love Mr. Modulork. Yeah, again, this is where I must admit I'm very fortunate and lucky, and I never take it for granted that I get sent a lot of STLs or I get access to a lot of STLs for free. And yeah, Mr. Modulork, he's sent me his full sort of range on my manufactory, so I can sort of print anything and everything from it. And yeah, I absolutely love his stuff because, well, obviously it's all orcs. It's nothing but orcs. And yeah, I do love his Star Wars stuff. In fact, funny enough, I have actually downloaded the TIE Fighter. I absolutely love the look of the TIE Fighter from Star Wars. And yeah, he's got a obviously an orc one with an orc driver. That's what they're called, pilot. So yeah, that is on my list to do. Right, yeah, we don't have too many bits. Saying that, these spiky bits in his glove, they can be just good old plain silver. And that little screw there. There we go. Alexander, yeah, cheers. Yeah, now please, these have come out. If you didn't see last night's stream, how dare you? But yeah, so the green I've used is Charming Chartreuse. I can never say it properly. Well, it sounds like I'm not saying it right. So that's the green. The orange armor is Amberglow Dip from Green Stuff World. He's also got some red on him from good old Blood Red. And the brown I use for the straps, Ruddy Fur. There we go. And say it now, yeah, I'm just using Quicksilver from Green Stuff World. I think that was him done. So that spiky thing there, that can be silver as well. Oh, and whatever that is. Cool. All right. Oh, the last one already? Can't that can't be the last one? I haven't got these in the right order, have I? So I like to try and keep things also when I paint one, I put it to one side, like a production line, just so I don't miss out on any of them. Does happen quite a bit though. Um, Ross, you watched for years. Ah, cheers, buddy. And the slapchop videos what got you into painting. Same, same here, buddy. As I think I had this channel for at least a year and a half before slapchop came out. Well, I say before it came out. I mean, obviously it's gone by other names and other terms over the years, centuries. But yeah, it's what gave me the enjoyment of painting, because obviously you can paint quick. I think I've done. Yeah, you can paint quick, easy, and you get good results, or definitely decent results for the time that you spend. Yeah, I mean, I've done him, haven't I? We'll do his little spike. It looks like it's going to be metal rather than a horn. But yeah, so what I'm going to try and do now, like I did with the Pain Boy, is to try, because this is what I've said for years that I was going to do the slapshot method as almost like a base to get them sort of complete, but then to go over and do like the highlights. So I'm going to do it with these guys. Basically, I'm going to go over with electric lime and do a little bit of highlighting here and there. But what I need to do, which is something I've not done in this, apparently yesterday was my 6th year of having the YouTube channel. It's nuts. What I've never done, I don't think ever, I'll have to check through my videos, is actually water down paint, which I know that they always say water down your paints, you get a nice smoother, sort of softer finish, and obviously it won't get rid of any of the definition, because if you put thick paint on and then put layers and layers and layers, obviously you're going to lose definition in your miniature, and it's going to look kind of pants. A cute cat outside. So I'm just going to be shown a cat picture. I've got 3 cats in the house, but for some reason there's about 5 cats that like walk along our fence. So my daughter was just showing me a video of a different cat that's outside. It's like, as if you can't get enough cats. Say, I've got 3 cats. It's nuts. You might see one jump up later. At the moment, the door's shut. Just because we've got the back door open. Hmm? Oh, okay. Yeah, if you lock that one and then ask. Yeah. Yeah. And Torreson, you like the videos as well. Yeah, about the contrast. Well, that's it. That's why speed paints. Honestly, well, that's why obviously Army Painter's tagline is, was it less time painting, more time gaming? And yeah, it lives up to that so much, because they do all the hard work, which which is great. I like it when someone else does the hard work, and we can reap the results by getting something painted nice and easy. Conrad Ben, evening to you, buddy. Hope you're well. Jason, have I ever painted zombicide miniatures? Yes. I think there's one video. There's one, even though I've got 4 different zombicide boxes. So yeah, I definitely painted some in one video. I'm sure I have. I couldn't tell you which video, and it would have been years ago. But yeah, I've got 4 boxes. So basically, I've got shelves to my right where I've got obviously my pile of opportunity or pile of fun. To my left, I've got like a bookcase, and that's got some boxes in as well. And I know there was some zombicide there, so I've got 4 of them. I'm not sure which ones they were or are even. Um, but yeah, I do need to paint more of them as well. Again, if I do more of these live streams, I'm happy to go with whatever you guys kind of like ask or request me to paint. Because basically, I just want to paint everything I've got, but then get more stuff, get more stuff to paint. Uh, yeah, as I was saying, like in last night's stream, I am literally painting every day. So if I'm painting every day, I may as well try and do a live stream of me doing it. The only downside to me doing live streams is like now I talk a lot, so I don't always get a lot painted. Uh, yeah, I'm sure the ratio before when I used to do live streams, not a lot, but more often obviously than now, is during a live stream I get about 20% done of what I would do if I wasn't doing a live stream. Um, just because obviously of all the chatting, waffling, and not doing whatever it is I'm meant to be doing. He's got all his nice spiky things. So these silver bits will get a wash. I do have the metallic range from Army Painter, speed paint ones. Um, they go on really, really well, but almost too well. So you don't really get a lot of contrast with them. So that's why, yeah, typically whenever I do silver or the gold or whatever metallic color it is, I will then go over and do a little wash over the top. Alexander, congrats on 6 years. Yeah, I didn't even, I knew this was the 6th year, but I didn't know yesterday was the 6th or the anniversary until I logged onto YouTube, had a little look at the analytics, and it said, congratulations on your 6th year. It's like, wow. Yeah, it's gone quick. And obviously the only reason I'm here is because of lockdown. Yeah, it's in a lockdown. Obviously, you're starting to get bored. So thought I'd start a YouTube channel making things. So that's why it kind of almost started more like Blue Peter. Um, if you're in the UK, you'll know what I mean. With Blue Peter, they basically make things from cardboard boxes and double-sided sticky tape. And that's kind of how this channel sort of started, me making bits and pieces from rubbish, but and filming myself doing it. I think that's him done. Again, doesn't matter how much I look around a miniature, there's a fair chance I'm going to have missed something. Hey ha, hey ha, hey who. Um, so is that Paul's watching as he's building some Clan Ren miniatures. Okay, I have no idea what Clan Ren miniatures are, but they're miniatures and you're building them, and that's great. Jedi, good evening. Really enjoy your Slapchop series. Cheers, buddy. Hero Quest, Orks. Yeah, as I say, I love playing. So my games that I like to play, Kill Team. Obviously, I haven't played for ages though. Pillage, another game I absolutely love. Um, so Blood Bowl, it is a game I should really play because, especially Blood Bowl Sevens, that's the one I wanted to play. So rather than a normal Blood Bowl Sevens is, I think as the name implies, you have 7 miniatures each. So it just makes it easier to keep track of what they do. Um, and yeah, I don't know if you saw my latest video. I think it was when I painted these up, the old Ork boys. So I was going to make my first Ork army up for Warhammer 40k, obviously with the Armageddon box. But the more I was painting them, obviously really enjoying painting them because I was making them look like Roman sort of people. The more I was painting them, the more I was thinking, I can't. There's no way I can handle playing a game where I've got say 20 or 30 miniatures, some vehicles and other bits and pieces to try and remember what all mine do, but not just that, to remember what the other person can do. And that's when it was like, yeah, it's never going to happen. I'm never going to play 40k. I'm going to paint their miniatures and probably use them in kill team and stuff, but I'm never going to sort of make a full team and play the game because my brain just couldn't handle that many people. So that's why, obviously, I shoved all these dudes in a box. But this is the kind of thing I love making. Obviously, I love painting miniatures on their own, but typically I paint the miniature on its own, and then it goes and sits in a drawer and won't see the light of day. Whereas at least making something like this, I can't quite see the whole thing in the thing, but it's in like a picture frame. Well, should have made some like hooks for the back, just so this could be hooked on a wall. Although it does stand up as well, so it can sort of go on a desk or whatever. But this is what I really love doing, is making little dioramas. Um, Although saying dioramas, it's basically just obviously a bunch of orcs having a bit of a big bundle. But yeah, that's the kind of thing I really love doing. Um, so yeah, I'll probably do more of that. And kit bashing. Kit bashing the miniatures is something I really like doing. And again, that's why if I do more live streams, you guys get more of an input into what I do. Because half the problem I have is coming up with ideas, especially with kit bashing. So I've got loads of sets, so it'd be almost a shame just to paint them as the sets. I almost need to like put a list on YouTube somewhere. You guys go through and say, well, how about mixing this with this and make it into this? Because yeah, that would be a lot of fun. And obviously, the joy of having the 3D printer means any little bits that I need to sort of print, as with the orcs. Again, I don't know where I put them. They're somewhere. I think I might put them in the box. Yeah, with the orcs and the Roman bits, like the Roman helmet and the Roman war skirt, they were 3D printed. So that is the joy of having a 3D printer. You can just make those little bits that you need, which is pretty cool. So my glasses keep feeling like they're slipping off. So it's still humid. I mean, what is it, 8:30? And it's still warm in here. As I say, I've got the fan going, but it's it's pointing at my laptop rather than me, just to stop that from overheating. Well, that one's nearly done, I think. Cool. One more, and then we'll be on to the bony bits, I think, or they're like spiky bits. Um, Jedi Shory, they look great. Yeah, cheers, buddy. So I'm pleased with how these have come out. Again, it's so simple, so quick. Speed paints over a obviously prime in black, dry brush white, and then yeah, chuck on your speed paints. Job done. Well, I say job done. Obviously, I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting, just to well get the experience and practice more than anything. So that's the silver done. So for the bony bits, funny enough, I'm obviously going to be using bony matter, as it seems to go well with what I want, really. Silver line, yeah, the Orc Boys diorama. It's funny because the very first video I made on this channel was, again, I keep forgetting what it was called, but it was the Orc, I don't know, it might be a knob, I'm not sure, but he had a squig and you get like the 10 little Gretchen. So yeah, the first video I made was a little diorama of him, really. So I'd say I do like making, especially these dioramas in like photo frames, just because it means it's quite small, so it's not going to take up a lot of room. With this, say if I did put hooks or something on the back, I could then mount it on the wall, or say it does stand up, so it can just go on a shelf or something like that. So yeah, making these sort of size dioramas I love. So guys, this will be on eBay as well. Pretty much most of the stuff that I'm painting, so obviously I do paint stuff to keep for Kill Team and to keep for pillage, but anything else I paint will be going on eBay. So yeah, if you want to help the channel out, by all means head over to my eBay sort of page. There's a link down below, and yeah, go and check out and have a little look, see what I've got on there. It'll be pretty cool. Um, so that Comrade Ben, that's why you play Kill Team and you're getting to Forgotten Ruin. Yeah, I do need to have a look at other games, but the problem is I get hooked. As in, not necessarily the plane of the game, but the miniatures. It's like Pillage. I love Pillage, and I've played quite a few games, but I've probably got, you get like the war bands. I think each war band can have like 30, 40 miniatures, even though you only use, say, like 20 of them. But I think I've got about six. So six lots of what, 40 is quite a bit. It's like 200 odd, 240 odd miniatures, and I painted most of them. So yeah, I go mad, and I think that's why I've not played Pillage or painted Pillage for a while, because I've gone absolutely mad, painted so many um, kind of people that yeah, I needed a break. And again, this is what's going to happen. So at the moment, I've got orcs on my desk, I've got orcs on my shelf that I've like started to paint. Um, so I'll grab it. Uh, Yes, I've got loads more. Oh, I can't even get them all on. But yeah, loads more orcs, sort of part done. Um, yeah, I do love these. These orcs are pretty cool looking. Oh, they've also got these Chaos Space Marines. I'm not sure, but again, I've kind of gone mad on starting projects. And that is probably my biggest problem is having too many projects on the go. Typically, it's normally three or four. But the main reason is it's because obviously I like to be busy. I like to be doing something. Some of the projects, obviously, when you're just painting miniatures, doesn't take too long. But when I'm building boards and terrain pieces, they can take a while. Or if I'm 3D printing bits, sometimes the 3D printing obviously can take a while. It could take a few days to print like loads of bits and pieces. But yeah, I've got a bit mad on yeah starting orcs and bits and bobs. So again, that's why I need to really crack on, get them painted, stick them on eBay, and then I can buy more stuff. Right, what was I going to do next? I've forgotten. Oh, the bony matter. That was it. I was going to do the bony matter. Then I might have a go at doing the eyes. I was saying he's got little earrings in. Let's paint the earrings. They can be silver. Just the two earrings, I think. Anyone else got any earrings while I'm out? I don't think he has. We'll just all get it. So there's something on the other side. Doesn't look like an earring, but that can be silver. If in doubt, yeah, chuck some silver on it. Oh, I think it's like a bony earring going through his ear, but it can be silver. Makes it easier, doesn't it? Bony matter and pallid bone, great colours. Yeah, Jedi. Yeah, I love using them ones. They are pretty cool. Again, I love using the washes. My favourite washes are obviously the softer ones. So like the warm skin one and soft tone. Ooh, soft tone. So they're my sort of favourite washes. Just because they're not too dark, but they're enough to give it a bit of contrast and make whatever it is I'm painting look a little bit dirty. Sure it's an earring or not. So there's something there. Right, he's earring free. Right, so yeah, we'll do the bony matter on a few bony bits. Things like the bony matter stuff is almost the same as a wash. There's not a whole lot of difference. Yeah, just a few little bones on the front, isn't it really? Oh, I need to keep checking the screen as well. That's why I need to get another screen in front of me, just to make sure when I'm holding the miniature, I've actually got it in front of the camera. Because even when I'm filming for the videos, I do sometimes forget that I'm actually filming myself. It's like obviously I don't see this as a job of any kind. This is just me sitting here at a desk in the living room having fun, painting miniatures. But yeah, I do need to remember sometimes just to check that you can actually see what I'm painting, and I'm not holding it in the wrong place. Oh, his one can look like bone. I think I did silver on the others, but he can have a bony one. Cool, and one more. Well, I've just thought I've done that kind of like dry brushing with the silver to make it look like the paint's wearing off. I was going to put some transfers on. Probably should have put the transfers on first, or would I? And then do the yeah, then do the sort of scratchy bits after. Mm, I would turn that into a bone a bit. Yeah, I mean, as I've got the bony bit in here and there's quite a lot left over, rather than waste it and use a soft tone wash, I'm going to use the bony matter as a wash to go over the silver bits, just to yeah, make it better. Pulandia, you like my miniatures? Cheers, thank you very much. Um, Alexander, like the way the Hero Quest dioramas came out. Yeah, again, love doing them. The only problem with them is obviously a lot of people don't necessarily like AI stuff, as in AI 3D printed stuff. I mean, I love it because obviously it means I can make anything, which is great. But let's not go down that route. Um, yeah, yeah, cool. So yeah, I'm going to use this as a wash and just put this over these silvery bits, just to sort of make them look a bit darker, a little bit more worn. And yeah, I don't like things looking like they're too neat and too precise, which is probably why I love orcs. You can't go wrong. You can't really mess orcs up. So, other than watching me, guys, what are you lot doing? Are you painting anything, or are you working? Obviously, say in the UK, it's sort of like 20 to 9 at night. But obviously, I've seen a few people say that where they're from. So, they've got someone from Brazil, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so where are you guys from, and yeah, what are you doing? You let me know what you're doing, because obviously you can all see what I'm doing. But I have no idea where you are or what you're doing. So let me know in the comments, guys. It's always nice to be nosy. Monster Squad's learned a lot from the channel. Much appreciated. Oh, cheers, buddy. Yeah, well, thanks for watching. Just put another drop of bony matter in. That should keep me going. So, come on, Ben. Work is done for today. You're painting goblins. Paul from War Games Atlantic. Dreadfet 345 Pittsburgh. Nice. And you work from home. Yeah, it's the best job ever, I think, isn't it? Being able to work from home is pretty cool. Especially when you don't have to work set hours. That's the one thing I do love about doing this. Especially with the heat. Sometimes if I'm up at like 7 o'clock in the morning, I can just come and sit at my desk and do a bit of painting. Or if I'm not tired, I can then stay up late and do painting. That's it. Monster Squad, you're in Miami. Awesome. I've been there many, many moons ago. Um, yeah, quite some time ago. I think the first time I went to Miami, 1979. Yeah, I'm old. Obviously went to Disney World, being a little kid. All right, cool. So there's not too much to really do. I just noticed this dude, rather than teeth, he's got well, metallic teeth. Just a bit of metallic paint there. Yeah. Well, definitely my nose must be a bit sweaty because my glasses do keep falling off. I have to wait till this is dried and then I can go over with a the wash again. Yeah. So what I'm going to try and do is obviously paint their eyes. Now, normally when I do this, I'll hold the miniature right up close. Because as I mentioned yesterday, absolutely hate doing eyes. I mean, even all guys, even though it's just one little drop of red, I can still mess that up quite a lot. Well, we'll see. So Alexander is starting on a space battleship, Yamato model. Cool. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds good. It's a model. Paul is in Manchester, and you're working on your Clan Ren Legion squad. You paint and collect legions, mainly Empire. Cool. Silverline Gaming is South, I guess that's California. Just watching me paint because you can't get the super glue and paint till next month for your models. I know. Oh, bless. And Julian is 7:45 a.m. in New Zealand. That's what I love about different time zones. The fact that for every hour, there's obviously somewhere in the country has got that hour. And yeah, in fact, it's morning in New Zealand, but we go back to the other side, and you got like California, who's what in the afternoon, or maybe even earlier than that. So yeah, Cool. Right, I'm gonna have a quick drink before my voice goes away. All right, 2 seconds. I will be back in 2 seconds. Just need to quickly do something. And just like that, I'm back. Did you miss me? Oh no, me. Where's the chat box gone? There we go. Cool. So yeah, for the eyes, obviously use a normal acrylic red. I'm not even sure what that says. Red. Oh, red truth. I think it says, doesn't it? Possibly. Yeah. But yeah, any red other than speed paint red, really, because you want a nice solid colour. Let's put a little bit there. Right. Let's see how well I can do this on camera. So I hate doing eyes, even all eyes. It's literally just one little. Well, some people go mad and they do like a darker, almost a black, and then do like a little dot of red inside it. Yeah, I can just about do the red roughly where the eye is, let alone messing about, overcomplicating it. The thing is, I have tried doing this in a variety of ways. I've tried using like a pin and just put a little bit of red pin on it, and yeah, let's get the thing right in the center. It's a little bit off. So the problem I have is kind of almost depth perception. When my brush gets near the miniature, I'm never sure whether just how near it is. And that's why my hand seems to like hover for ages, thinking, "Am I touching it? Am I touching it?" And then when I look, it's like, "Nope." I think it helps to actually get some paint on the brush. Um, yeah, it's not disastrous, not the best. But what I do sometimes is when I do that, if it looks like I have done too much, then I'll get like a solid green, like a probably normal acrylic green, and then try and do the edge if I've made the red dot too big. Um, but then typically then you'll make the dot too small and you've got to do the dot again, and the process just repeats itself. Um, so again, yeah, this is where, if preferable, miniatures with helmets are the way to go. Oh, that's a nice little dot, that one. Ah, that one, much better. Again, so many painters do eyes so well and make it look so easy, and it's like, how? Seem to be on a roll. Well, I spoke too soon. Still got two more to do. just did a light black wash, sort of an eyeliner. So now that's what I do on humans. They'll get like a pink skin and then a wash over the top. And yeah, I don't even attempt now to even try and do the white bit and then a black dot, because that'll never work. But yeah, washes on humans is always the way to go. Oh, you can't even see his eyes. That's a result. Oh, there we go. So that wasn't too bad. I think it's just the first one was a little bit iffy, but not too bad. And yeah, all the others, yeah, I'm happy. I'm not going to touch them or do anything with them. Yeah, that's definitely them done. All right. So in regards to how they look, that's pretty much kind of like it. Um, so I say this is where I would probably just normally leave them, but I am going to have a go at doing a little bit of highlighting with the green. Again, I'm not going to do much because this is where I know in the past where I try to sort of improve something, I actually make it worse rather than improving it, which is why I say I love slapchop, I love the speed paints, and like just leave it at that. Because sometimes when you mess about too much, it does make it worse. Oh, pardon me. But this was obviously the last miniature I painted, and yeah, I mean, again, the green on this, because it is this green, but it wasn't watered down at all, which is why it's not like thick, but it's not sort of feathered in. It's kind of like blocky, which again doesn't look too bad. Um, it could just look better, I guess. What's that, Ben? Use the 1 foot rule. If it looks good from 1 foot distance, then job well done. Or what I could do is just hold it up, take my glasses off, and like, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. It looks perfect. I can barely see it, but yeah, it looks good. Terrain by Aaron. What's the brand of brushes I'm using? It's is it, it's in the link down below. I think it's Golden Maple. Um, Again, this is where I'm very fortunate with this channel. They sent me this for free to try. Absolutely love it. Um, Obviously, I may have done a video a long time ago on are expensive brushes better than cheap brushes, and this isn't expensive anyway. I'm not saying that, but are expensive brushes better than cheap ones? In my hands, definitely not. It makes no difference what the end brush bit is like. Um, I'm not very good at cleaning them. I'm not very good at looking after them. I typically use a brush, kind of like a car. I'll use it until it falls to bits, bin it, and then get another one. I don't really take a lot of care with them. The one thing where this stands out with any other brush is the feel of it in my hand. Um, it's the ergonomic design is just nice because it's obviously chunkier, see, quite a lot chunkier. So it fits in my hand nice. It's got a nice grip to it, as opposed to that. I mean, it's not like that's going to slide up and down or move around or anything. But yeah, that's it. When you're holding it, it's not going anywhere. So it feels really nice. So that would be my recommendation of why to buy this over, well, any other brush, is because of the ergonomic design. Another good thing with this is, well, I don't know if it's good or not really. Um, you get different obviously brushes or brush types. So you get obviously bigger ones, thicker ones, smaller ones, whatever. Oh, there's a spring. Because basically you take that off. Obviously there's a spring inside. You poke that through, it comes out. Put another one in, push that back in. It's got little magnets on it, and there we go. So nice and easy and quick. So yeah, so mate, I think it's golden maple brush. Link down below. Oh, there we go. Yeah, golden maple. So yeah, link down below. And I say for me, it's purely the ergonomic design, which I love about it. Obviously, the brush is decent. The brush is probably good. I'm not too sure. Again, this is where you could give me 5 brushes, let me use them, and then ask me which one's the expensive one. I probably couldn't tell you. I'd have no clue. Um, yeah, I don't think the brush really makes the painter unless you're like a real pro painter. Um, and then I kind of guess the more expensive the brush, the longer it lasts, as in the hairs don't fall out. I really don't know. I have no idea. I'm talking nonsense. I'm waffling. But if you want a brush that feels nice in your hand, this is that one. Right, what was I going to paint next? Oh, I was going to have a go at doing the highlight, and that was it. Um, yeah. So I've even 3D printed this little thing. Again, because I never water down paint. So rather than watering it down in this, I thought I'd be not clever, but I'd have something different to use as a palette for my watered down paint. Uh, so a little bit of the green. So it's definitely it's definitely the most fluorescent of greens I've got. But I love it. I think it's just really nice that it is a very vibrant green. Um, I'm using the water out of my cup, so it'll be relatively clean and whatever. Again, this is the first time I've ever watered down paint. I have no idea what the ratio is meant to be. Is it like 50-50 paint water? I don't know. Or people just eyeball it. Again, no idea. But that's definitely watered down, that's for sure. Right, let's start with this chap and see what happens really. Not too much on my brush. Because I know obviously a lot of painters, well, they have the old like lines, don't they, where they do all of that. I've never done that apart from obviously just then. And I guess the only real good thing is because it is so wet, it'll be easy just to sort of like wipe it off. So I can just like dry my brush and then just come back in and just take a little bit off because you're kind of meant to really build this up, I guess. I think I'm putting almost too little on. Does it look any different? Again, so for me, this is definitely one of these things where practice hopefully makes perfect because it isn't something I really do much of, but it's something I want to sort of do. Again, just because it gives more contrast and more variations in the skin tone. Because everything I was thinking about doing is obviously doing this with the green, but then doing another very lighter one with a yellow, just to say give it sort of different sort of tones in the colour. Yeah. And again, I think the other thing when you're doing something that's different or new is trusting the process. So even when you're doing it, if you're not sure whether it's working or not, just keep going and then see how it comes out in the end. Because obviously, especially with paints, a lot of paints they can be a lot more vibrant when they first go on when they're wet, and then when they dry, then they're definitely a lot more softer and obviously not as vibrant or as dark. Um, yeah. Ben, you check out the brush, maybe get one for Christmas. There you go. Yeah, on the old Christmas wish list. So to be honest, I'm not even sure how much the brush is. Again, this is where I know I'm very fortunate that companies do sort of reach out to me and they want to send me stuff for me to have a little play with, really. Um, yeah, which is great. I do like free things. Yeah, so already that sort of started drying a lot lighter than it was. Have we got another one to compare? Yeah, so there's sort of two similar arms. Again, this is where sometimes you do stuff and it's like, does it make it better? Like, I don't know. I think more than anything, so this is a hobby. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be trying new things. And yeah, doing things like highlights for me is something sort of new. I think I'm going to do. Also, it does make a bit of a difference. Um, what I might do is leave that for the moment, just so it does dry, so I can see exactly just how it looks. I think what I might do, just because I'm kind of keen to get these done as well, is yeah, start painting these little dudes. Um, I mean, it's certainly cute. I mean, you can almost kind of think these are kind of things in Blood Bowl that you your orcs would just pick these little dudes up and just sort of throw them or kick them, and then drop kicking them. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, I know what I can do. No, I won't do actually yet. I think obviously I'm going to do the bases on these. I'm going to keep it simple. Obviously, paint the rim black, and then the top I'm going to put on fake grass. And then once that's dried, then do like the thin white strip on some of them. Um, but yeah, just to sort of finish them off really. So yeah, let's crack on and do these little dudes. So I'm going to keep that there. We'll let that guy dry, just so I can see if I do like it or not. Because I don't want to do it to one, then do it to all of them, and then think, yeah, I kind of preferred it without that highlighting. I say on this one, I quite enjoyed it, quite liked it. Um, but yeah, not too sure if I'm going to like it on all of them. We'll see. So for the green, obviously for the orcs, I used the old charming one. For these little Gretchen guys, I'm going to use forest sprite. Just there's obviously a bit of a difference, well, quite a bit of difference in the colour. Um, just going to check a few things. Yes, obviously I'm still messing about. The streaming software I use is OBS, um, but I'm still messing about with obviously the overlay and the kind of things that I can have on the screen at the same time. Um, so there's a few things that I've done, but they've not actually worked, or they're not appearing on the screen. But yeah, trial and error, and well, trial and error, and me watching YouTube to see what it is I'm doing wrong. I'm not too sure why, but there's two people here in the living room with me, and they seem to be wetting themselves. I'm not. I'm not sure. Oh, it's not me. It's the cat. Apparently, I think. Is it the cat? What's the cat done? The the cat's going nuts. Apparently. So we've got three cats, and you want to see the amount of toys these cats have got. It's ridiculous. But the youngest cat I think she's about 3 months old. 6. Oh wow, got 6 months old. God, don't know if we've had her that long. But she's playing in like a tunnel, and it's got like a bit of string with a ball on it. But she's like on her back, and she's rolling around apparently, and just yeah, she's having a whale of a time. Um, but yeah, so the two ladies that are in the room with me, they are wetting themselves watching the cat. Some people are just easily pleased, but at least it's not me they're laughing at. I wasn't too sure whether I was being silly or saying something. Yeah, I'm not sure. Noah, hello, buddy. Yeah, I'm good. A bit hot. Hope you're well. Yeah, the weather in the UK is it's just I've had enough now. It's like too much. It's like bring on a bit more of a cooler weather. I say I've got a fan on, but it's blowing onto my laptop because my laptop's getting super hot. So yeah, rather than me getting the fan, the laptop is. But other than being too hot, all's good. Right, so yeah, we're going to use a bit of forest sprite, and we're going to use that on oh these cool little guys. Um, Again, it seems a little bit. Again, I've not really looked into the rules, but it seems a little bit unfair if you're playing a game of American football, which is kind of what Blood Bowl is, and you've got a guy this big, and then you've got a teeny tiny guy this big, who you think would just get kicked around the pitch, or maybe they do. I'm not too sure. Do any of you guys play Blood Bowl? Um, so I've looked at the rules briefly. I know when I do play the game, or eventually when I want to play the game, I will be playing Blood Bowl sevens, just because obviously there's less miniatures involved, which makes things easier for me. And apparently the gameplay is a lot quicker, I've heard as well. But well, we'll see when I do finally ever play Blood Bowl exactly how it is. So yeah, for the moment, I'm going to use Forest Sprite on these cool little dudes. Just trying to see if he is actually wearing like the t-shirt. I think he's just got armor at the front, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to do their armor the same as the orcs, and do the cool orange look. He's got little gloves on, hasn't I'm not sure if he's got the old like cut fingers like the orcs have on their gloves. I think he has. Yeah. Right. So he's got his belly sticking out, so we'll give that a bit of colour. And I think they're wearing little shorts as well, aren't they? Just about to see a bit of his other leg. Yeah, there we go. Oh, look, his ears missing a little bit of colour. Cool. Forest Sprite is your favourite as well. Yeah. Well, there's my top three is Forest Sprite, Charming Chartreuse, and then what was my number one favourite, Gilly Dew. But I had a little issue with that the other day where I took the lid off. Oh, like that. Took the lid off, and the top bit stuck in there. Obviously, I didn't realise. So as that's happened, I've then poured it out, and unfortunately, it's all come out. So yeah, my favourite green is no longer because I've not got any. But yeah, these were my obviously or are still my top three. So yeah, they are pretty cool. Noah, I want to say that you really appreciate videos. Oh, cheers. Appreciate that. Pretty new to miniature hobby, but you love watching the slapchop videos. Yeah, it's amazing how easy it is. Say, if you look at my old videos, go back at least 3 years, 4 years, look at the videos, and you'll hear me say so many times in every video, I hate painting miniatures. And honestly, I used to say it in lots of videos, I hate painting miniatures. Because when I first started this channel, I used to do a lot more terrain building and making things out of, well, basically rubbish or recycled stuff. So yeah, I didn't really paint miniatures until I saw that video, the Slapshot one. It's got to be about, what was it, 4 years ago? Watched that video, had a go, and it's like, wow, I can paint this. So this, I say, it's only basic. It's nothing special, but it's got contrast in it. So the reds, there's dark reds, light reds, obviously even darker areas, and that's the kind of thing that I couldn't paint naturally. I just couldn't seem to work out in my head, even though light's coming from one area. It was still very difficult to paint a miniature to make it look like it had contrast. And yeah, it didn't matter if I spent 5 minutes painting something or 5 hours, it would look it would look dire. Whereas speed paints, dipping inks, contrast paints, whatever you use, yeah, you can get half decent results real quick, which is really cool. Yeah, something about having cats. They like to climb, and they climb they climb on stuff. But I can't see what they're doing. Right, so let's paint this little dude. Um, Again, he's holding what looks like a crab. Any ideas why he's holding a crab? I've no idea. Um, yeah, no idea. Doesn't seem to be a whole. Oh, he's not got his back, has he? Yes, I like I've been saying with the live streams because I'm obviously just getting back into them. Basically, trying to work out when's the best time to do them, so there's more people obviously online and able to sort of join in. So for the rest of this week, I will be doing them at a variety of times. Each one's probably going to be about 2 hours long. So this one, I'm probably going to finish about 10. Unless there's loads of people on and you guys want me to stay on for a bit longer, then I might stay on for a bit longer. But otherwise, I'll be sort of finishing around about 10ish. Um, and then once I do sort of find a time that works really well, I want to try and get into a routine of doing live streams, say like every Monday 8 till 10 or 8 till 12, or every Tuesday 6 till 9, or whatever time it might be. Um, but then obviously doing like almost like a schedule, just so I know when I'm live streaming, you know when I'm live streaming. We'll say for this week, I will be doing a whole variety of times just to sort of see what kind of works well for everyone, really. So I'm literally painting every day. So it'll just be fun to paint and obviously have you guys along with me. Again, he's got gloves on, but I'm not sure they're like the fingerless ones. Can't really see. So I'm going to take it they're not fingerless and leave it like that. I might have a look at someone else who's painted these just to see if these little dudes are wearing fingerless gloves, because I can't quite see. Yes, I'm sure this dude's wearing fingerless gloves. Well, he is now. Looks very angry, I know that much. Cinder. Three down, three to go. So I've got six of the little dudes. The big ones I've only got five. I say that's because I bought the box 3 years ago, whenever it might be. Painted one of the miniatures up. No idea where he is now. So yeah, I will be selling this on eBay. But obviously I will mention that there's only five of the big dudes instead of the six. But I'm not sure if you actually put all of them on in the game at once. Again, I have no real idea. Still never played Blood Bowl. One day it might happen. Oh, I bet that bit was elbow armour. Did think it looked like it was a bit of a chunky elbow. Yeah, so going back to the live streams and timings, tomorrow I'll probably do a live stream. I don't know, I might do one like sort of 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK. So 4 p.m. UK time, whatever time that might be where you are. Obviously, I don't know. But yeah, do one sort of 4 to 6. Maybe see how that goes. I mean, what's this dude got on his face? What's that all meant to be? Um, I'm still having difficulties seeing if their gloves are fingerless or not. Yeah, very difficult. Paul, yeah, cheers for being here, buddy. You take care. Yeah, see you on the next one. I say, I mean, last night I was up about 1 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I got restless, so I came and did some painting. So you never know, there might be a live stream at silly o'clock in the morning in the UK. Uh, but if not, then yeah, I think the chances are tomorrow at 4 o'clock I will probably be here. There's just enough green in there to do this dude. Looks like I am kind of running out. I think he is just about done. Which is cool. Oh, I think it was chest. I'm sure. Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to do their armor exactly the same color as these do, because obviously they're on the same team, so it makes sense it's the same color. And the paint I used was amber glow dip, so that's what I'm going to use to do the little guy's armor, so they look like the big guys. So a little cookie because I'm feeling a little bit hungry. We're done on time. 9:30. Cool. So yeah, so I should pretty much get these kind of done. Obviously going to paint their armor the same colour. Their little shorts, yeah, we can do it all the same really. They're going to be the black, gloves red. Yeah, same colour. Oh, I think he has got some toes sticking out. Although his other foot looks like it's been cut. Probably why he's angry. Someone's cut his feet off. Alright, Coke. There we go, guys. Any questions you want to ask about me, the channel, or whatever? Yeah, by all means, put them in the comments or chat amongst yourselves. I don't mind. Looks like this dude's wearing like a crop top, having his little midriff on show. So the one thing I did do when I painted the amber glow dip, I kind of did a coat and a half. So the big difference with the dip and inks over speed paints, other than obviously the size of the bottles, um, this stuff is a lot more fluid, which I think is really good, because then when you put it on, it really does flow into the nooks and crannies a lot. But obviously on the raised flat areas, it's like that. It's very light, which isn't bad. But I prefer it a little bit darker because obviously I do love the color orange. So that's why I kind of, when I say give it a coat and a half, while it's still a bit wet, I'll just put a bit more on. This is where you have to be careful because this is more fluid. If you were to put as much as you would normally with the speed paints on your brush, when you go to paint it, it would flow too much. And yeah, it could start just flowing, well, everywhere. So I'm guessing that's a strap on the back. Doesn't look like he's got sort of proper boots or shoes on. Got a knee, something or other over here. Good old spiky knee. Oh, pardon me. I think that's it. It doesn't really seem to have much armor on at all, that dude. And again, I think this dude doesn't have a whole lot of armor on. Again, he seems like his foot's, I don't know, being chopped. Or is that armor? I think that is armor. It's very blocky, so it can be armor now. So the other dude is probably the same. Something done. I think it was, wasn't it? Right, well, this dude's got loads of looking armor on him. Oh, I've not painted his ears green. I've missed those. Again, yeah, if you watch me doing the live streams, you will see quite often I do miss bits. More so when I'm painting, obviously, like batch painting, because it's like a production line. You do one miniature, all in that colour, then the next miniature, so on. Yeah, there's always the occasion where I do miss a spot somewhere. Oh, no, that bottom bit's is short, so we'll take that off. Right, so I will come back to him because I've definitely missed missed doing his ears. Obviously the size of them, I don't know how I missed them, but there you go. Not sure what this thing is on the side, but for the moment we're going to paint it orange. And if I work out that it is something else, then we can work that out later. That's a future John problem. Hmm. Conmad Ben, good night. Yeah, good night, buddy. Cheers for being here. You're getting a vibe to buy an Orc Blood Bowl team just to do a diorama. Yeah. We'll see if you guys have IKEA. If you can, next to you, they have a Santa head picture frame. Ah, okay. I'll have to admit, I do cheat with my picture frames because obviously I 3D print them. So this obviously, yeah, 3D printed. Simple box, simple, obviously, front sort of frame bit. So I can't quite get it all in the picture. But yeah, I do sort of cheat with the frames and 3D print them, which is great because then I can make them exactly the size I kind of need, which is cool. You're going to raid the wife's cookie stash. I have to admit, whenever I do live streams or whenever I used to do them, I do have cookies beside me because I do get the munchies. As long as because I'm talking all the time or what. But yeah, definitely need to have cookies whilst live streaming. We'll paint it all orange, but there's a few bits on here I probably will paint silver. But as it's going to be the acrylic silver, it makes it easier just painting the whole thing orange, and then I can work out what I need to paint silver when it comes to it. So say once I have finished painting these, I will go through the live footage and then condense it and make. I'm probably going to make little shorts videos rather than making like a full video. Plus, with a shorts video, I can cut out the part of the frame that's got me in it, so it will literally be sort of this bit, whatever's in this frame, which typically is the miniature, hopefully. Um, Plus, I can cut out everything else. So the chances are I'm going to turn these into like little shorts videos. So they'll literally be like 1 minute, 2 minutes, but it will show the start, the whole process basically, start of painting these to then when they're complete and bases and everything done. Yeah, so then obviously, so the chance of someone wanting to watch through 6 hours of me painting, well, painting, 6 hours of me waffling most of the time is going to be quite remote. But having that little sort of 1 minute, 2 minute video showing the full process should be quite cool. Paladin Silva, hi there, hello to you. You watch a lot of the painting videos. I was wondering with speed paints, do you do more than one coat? Um, I'm going to say no. Typically, no. With the speed army painter stuff, no. I find this typically one coat is done. um, as I say, with the dipping inks, because it is more fluid, or my technical term, more waterier. Um, Again, it depends on what level of the colour you want. I typically do 2 coats of this, or a coat and a half, just to get it that sort of darker look. So say like this. It's okay, but I would rather that was a little bit darker. So even before it's fully dried, I'll give it another little splash of paint. But yeah, no, typically with the speed paints, 1 coat is enough. Um, yeah. Well, the one thing I will say, obviously, when you do paint, you should always paint for yourself. Obviously, follow along, do the same sort of colours, whatever you're doing. but don't feel like you have to match whatever or whoever you're following. Obviously, paint to make it look how you want it to look. Yeah, rather than someone else, really. As they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what one person likes, another person might think's ugly or hate. There's not a whole lot of armor on some of these. Some of I can't. What's this mouthpiece meant to be? Uh, Although again, this is what I love about orcs and obviously Gretchen. Things don't need to make sense. They're just there for whatever reason. And yeah, that's why I do like orcs. They're just fun. Don't take things seriously. I'm kind of guessing though his mouth thing, because obviously it is all sort of meant to be metal of some sort. So we'll do that. Do that in this colour. Well, it looks like he's got his foot plate. Looks like it could be metal. Certainly is now. And then whatever this is meant to be is chompers. So there's a few little bits that look like I've kind of missed with the green. So I will go over those again later. And again, I think that could be his ear. Although it doesn't look like it's attached very well. But yeah, I think that's his ear. So again, I've missed another ear. Okay, so there's two ears. Two ears I've missed. Right, one more to go. Again, obviously, I love this dude's helmet because it means I haven't got to paint any eyes. So yeah, this one's a winner. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for the armor sort of bits. So we'll give that a little second just to sort of dry, and then we'll do the next color, which I think I'm going to do their pants black, the same as the other guys. Do I watch hobby videos? Yes, I love to see what other people are doing. I mean, that's one of the best ways to learn. Especially as I don't get out much, so it's not like I go and sit with other people who paint to get tips, ideas, and tricks and things off them. So yeah, I'm always watching videos on what people are painting, just to see how they're painting it. And also just looking at lots of pictures as well, like finished pictures, like Instagram. I like going on Instagram, and Pinterest is a great way of seeing how people have painted their miniatures. Sometimes, obviously, you can try and copy what they do. Um, Although this is where, when I first started painting miniatures, I think the problem I had was I was watching all the pro painters. Um, and when you watch them, they make things look so simple and so easy. But then when you try to copy what they do, you fall short by a lot, or I do. Um, so yeah, so typically I do watch some pro painters, just for the fun of it, because it is nice to see just how amazing some people are, and the fact that miniatures like this size and the amount of detail they can put into it is just it's just incredible, and something I could never ever do. But I do probably prefer watching painters that are more my level, which is like I'd say I'm mediocre in the middle. Um, because then you get ideas of what they're doing, and sometimes they'll do something and you're like, oh, I've never seen that, or I've not done that, I'll have a go. And because they are the same sort of level as me, what they do I can almost copy. um but yeah, I say it's worth watching people that are the pro painters and watching people at lower levels like me, just to get that full range to see what's achievable really. And then obviously you have a go yourself and you see where you sort of fit in. um so I do like to think that practice makes perfect, but sometimes it doesn't matter how much you try something, it's just not doable. So for me, eyes, I'm never going to be able to do eyes. um so yeah, I do prefer people to wear helmets. Ju- just because then I know I haven't got to worry about anything to do with eyes. um I will be doing some space, I was yeah, space marines soon. I was going to call it a spaceman then. Because obviously the Armageddon box set, I'm not far off getting through a lot of the orcs, because obviously I'm about to start with the orcs first. But once I have done all the orcs, or most of them, because there's there's quite a few left I've got to do. But I am going to do some Space Marine. I love the look of Space Marines because obviously, again, I like figures that are big and chunky. And obviously these dudes are wearing armor with big power fists, so you don't get much more chunkier than that. Oh, just I should have cut off there. Um, But the only problem I find with these is I'm not so much this dude, because he's got lots going on. So there's gonna be lots of detail work. If anything, too much detail work. But a lot of Space Marines, they're very there's not a lot going on. Um, it's like the Space Marines I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do the bog standard Space Marines first. The chances are I'll be priming them in blue, which will be their primary colour, and then just add in highlights and, oh, pardon me, edging and all that kind of stuff afterwards. So that's why I do prefer orcs, because there's a bit more going on. And with orcs, it doesn't matter if you make a mess or make them look silly in any way. It's fine. But with Space Marines, I think they look a bit more serious, so they need to look neater, tidier. Um, or maybe I should paint a Space Marine how I would paint an orc, just to sort of see how it would come out. Um, or maybe, yeah, just take the head off, stick an orc head on it, make it into an orc. Probably make it simpler, to be honest. Um, but yeah, I will be painting some space. I was going to say spacemen then, space marines soon. But guys, what I might do is do a post on my YouTube channel of all the boxes. Basically, my shelf is up here, so that's why I keep looking up there. Post all the things that I've got, just so you guys can sort of say, can you do this next or this next or whatever? Because I've got, other than obviously painting orcs, it doesn't really bother me which one of those boxes I pull down next to paint. So a lot of the boxes I've got are, well, funny enough, I think there's five more Blood Bowl teams. Um, there's definitely a few kill teams, and then there's just boxes of other bits and pieces, really. So yeah, so I might do a list of what I've got, and then so you guys can decide what I paint next, because I kind of want these live streams to be about not just me painting, but almost like we're in a room painting together and discussing ideas, and you guys asking me what to paint next, and maybe giving me ideas of how I should paint something. Because again, that's one of the biggest things I have, other than these guys, because obviously I paint these orange because I love orange. I do struggle sometimes knowing what colour to paint things, because, well, just because I struggle. So if you guys say, "Oh, paint such and such, only use say 3 colours and use these 3 colours," that would be cool, because it'd be like a little challenge. I've got to paint something just using a few colours. And that's kind of what I want the live streams to be, is about you guys asking me what you want me to paint, and maybe even how to paint the stuff, which I think would just be yeah, should be fun. Ben, you watch smaller creators. Yeah, again, it's watching. Yeah, I like watching the variety, but yeah, watching the smaller ones because they are ones. Well, for me, I know I can almost all the time sort of copy. Because this hobby is the same as carpentry videos. So you make a table in 15 simple steps, then proceed to unlock 100k. Yeah, well, that is the thing. I mean, I think luckily this hobby, um, there's no, well, it does get expensive because obviously you buy the paints, you buy the brushes, you buy the miniatures. It does tally up to a lot of money. But yeah, the woodworking ones, yeah, it's like there's me with my bit of wood and my one little saw compared to a guy who's got a workshop with lathes, mills, and basically any kind of sort of woodworking cutting tool you can get. So yeah, I do understand. I do understand that. Um, yeah, so yeah, I don't have a lot of equipment. I don't have a clue, obviously, half the time what I'm doing. Yeah, but again, for me, the main thing is it's fun to keep it fun. That's why I say I've had this channel 6 years. This is how I make my money, my full-time income through YouTube. More so through sponsors and the selling of stuff. I don't actually get a lot from YouTube. Well, I get very little from YouTube, to be honest. So yes, I make more of my money through sponsorship sort of deals and that sort of side of stuff, and say selling stuff. Um, I mean, over the last 3 4 years, I've probably been sent somewhere in the region of 30 to 40 3D printers. And one of the things I'm always saying is I don't have room. So I literally get a printer in, I use it a few times. A couple of times there's a printer I've kept for like 6 months or more because it's been really good and I really love it. But in the whole, even with 3D printers, I'll get them in and then I sell them for like half the price that they're worth. So I use it once. So the person who buys it gets a deal because they're getting almost a brand new printer. I get some money from it. And so that's how I fund it. So what I'm saying is though, with this, it's going to be a hobby. It's always a hobby for me. I don't see this as work. Um, I do turn down. I get some really weird emails from sponsorship deals. I think one of the funniest ones was a hairdryer company wanted to wanted to send me a hairdryer. For one, have they actually seen what I do on my channel, and two, have they seen how I look? So yeah, I get a lot of emails with sponsorships, and I turn down. I don't know, probably at least half, if not more, because some of them are just so bizarre. Say I've had the hairdryer, I've had things like lawnmowers, and just I could do with a lawnmower because my garden's looking a mess. How I would tie in using a lawnmower with what I do on the channel could be a bit iffy. And again, so I don't want to turn this into like a full-time job of having to do things. I basically do what I want to do um, because that keeps it fun. So I've been doing it for 6 years. I think if you did something that wasn't fun, I don't think you could do YouTube for quite so long unless you were earning an absolute mint from it, and then you wouldn't care. You'll just do the job and earn the money. But say I don't earn much from this at all, really. Um, so Ben, who do you watch? You watch Miniscape? Miniscape. I don't think I've ever heard of them. Minisode. I don't know if I've heard of them. Sonic Sledgehammer. Yeah, I've done watched some of his videos. Junk Drawer Studios. I've not seen him either. And of course me. I'll have to check out those other ones then, because say Sonic Sledgehammer. I've seen quite a few of his videos. Oh, there's another guy I used to watch quite a lot of. Um, oh, what was he called? It was something like the drunken drunken orc. I'm not sure, but again, a guy like me sitting at a desk in his living room, just having fun, painting stuff, this sort of level. Um, but yeah, but you could tell he was having fun. And I think for me, that's one of the biggest things. If I watch someone and they look like it's a job and they're almost going through the motions, I can't watch them. I need to see enthusiasm and happiness for what they're doing. So for me, that's probably the biggest thing that makes me watch someone again and again and again is someone you can tell is enjoying what they do, and they're not doing it for just for the money. Um, which I know I'm definitely not because I'm not that in much. Uh, but yeah, I'll have to check out those other ones because Junk Drawer Studios. Yeah, cool. To anybody Aaron, you've been a subscriber for a long time. Well, thank you very much for that. Watching me paint and see work things out and I'll help you out as well. That's cool. Your main problem is what colours. Yeah, same here. So that's why quite often, if I have got a miniature, again, go on Instagram, have a look. It's a great resource to see how things are painted. I mean, some of the things on there are painted and they're just like, yeah, I'm never going to achieve what they've done, but I like the color scheme. So yeah, so if nothing else, I take the colors that they've used and then I'll have a go myself and see what I can get. But again, I think that's why it'd be quite cool for me to have like a miniature like this or whatever it is, and you guys tell me what colors I need to paint them in. Um, yeah, I think that could be quite comical and quite fun. And again, so that's why I want to make live streams not just about me painting, but about the interaction with you guys, and have you guys have any input in what I paint next, and yeah, and how I paint it. But yeah, I'm definitely. I said miniscape. It does ring a bell. There may well be another channel that's mini something. I'm not too sure. But yeah, definitely going to go and check those out and see. But yeah, again, I'll have to find out what it's called. But it's something like the Drunken Orc. And again, the guy is just sitting in his living room, painting away, chatting, and you can just tell he's really enjoying and having fun. I'm not sure if he's actually drunk when he's doing the videos. I don't know. Maybe. And that could be a whole new sort of live stream. Me getting drunk and then painting. I think I would definitely. The thing is, though, I know when I'm drunk, I talk more. Normally, I'm a quiet guy. So obviously, in the live stream, I'm talking away here, but I'm in the living room on my own, talking to myself. Obviously, my daughter's over there, but she's ignoring me at the moment. Um, but yeah, so normally I am a very quiet person, but when I've been drinking, I seem to have a lot of confidence, and I can talk to strangers. So I think if I did do a drunken live stream, no work would get done because I would literally be talking all the time. Whether or not that's a good thing, I don't know. But maybe one day we could try that. Get a Friday afternoon or Friday evening, Saturday evening, and yeah, it can be the drunken painting session. Who knows? Anyway, how are we doing on time? Oh, nearly 10 o'clock. So I've got a bit done with the other dudes. Again, this is where if I was just sitting here on my own painting, yeah, these would have been done in one session. Um, Again, that's what I love about the speed paints and the slapchop method. It's fast. So literally, I could have painted the 5 of these and the 6 of these. I don't know, hour, two tops, really. Say production line, literally paint one, paint one, paint one, paint one, whatever color. Background to the beginning. Paint's obviously dried by the time you get back round to the first one. Next color, and so on. But yeah, when I do live streams, I do know it takes a lot longer. Although again, I could do a painting challenge. Get a model and set myself, say, like one model, set myself a challenge, paint it 15 minutes, and then literally see what I can get done to one miniature in 15 minutes. If I did do that, it would be a case of not looking at chat, not talking, but just cracking on. But again, that's another idea I've thought for live streams, is having like a little timer. I could sort of sit somewhere on the desk so you guys can see it, press the button, start painting, and see just how much I can get done in, say, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever it might be. But yeah, obviously without me, say, doing all the chatting and all the lost of it. Um, so Ben, yeah, the Drunken Orc. Yeah, I'm sure it is the Drunken Orc. So yeah, go check out the Drunken Orc, guys, because yeah, you can just tell he's enjoying what he's doing, which is really cool. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna. Oh, more people have joined. I don't know. Do you want me to stay on for another half hour? Because I don't mind. I've got a little friend. I've got a little money spider, I think. Let's put him back there. And I can stay on for another half hour and obviously get their pants done. I guess at the very least. As we'll say, he's definitely got a couple of little toes sticking out, so I need to paint them. I need to, yeah, remember, Because with the cameras, especially the one that's obviously on the table, I've got it set at the distance, just because otherwise the zoom goes in and out if I don't have it sort of set somewhere. So that's why if I hold the miniature here, it's in focus, start moving it up, obviously it'll start going out, and obviously then it's gone. So yes, I've got it not on autofocus, I've just got it on manual, which is obviously difficult for me to adjust when I'm painting. But it does mean I need to make sure I keep the miniature at the right spot, otherwise you can do that. Ben, you can do half an hour more, so you finish the gobbo you're doing. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm going to stay on a bit longer. I'm going to do their pants. Let's get their pants done, and then I know that's done. And then say tomorrow. What time did I say I was going to do live streams at 4 o'clock? I think so. So 4 p.m. tomorrow, UK time. I'm going to do a live stream. So again, so this week the live stream times they're going to be all over the shop, just because I just want to sort of see when people are on, really. So again, it must be the heat that's making these stick to the inside, because obviously this one's come off. And again, if I wasn't watching, this is where you just pour it in, thinking a little bit's going to come out. Well, you don't even pour it; you like tip it and then give it a little squeeze or whatever. Yeah, but so it must be the heat. And I know that these are a bit gunky on the inside because I don't clean them as well as I should, really. Oh, that's probably a bit too much, but too late now. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint their pants black, and then, well, we'll finish off the stream for the moment. So just in case you didn't see the black properly, Green Stuff World Intensity Ink. Again, love this. It's very fluid. Again, I love the Green Stuff stuff. That their work or their paints do seem to be more fluid. So they do sort of obviously go in the nooks and crannies more. But this little spider is very small. But every time I move in, it's like all I can see is. I mean, you probably can't even see it. It's like minute. Let's move him over there. It's only because he's literally right in my eye. I don't mind spiders, but it's more that I can't see the miniature because I keep focusing on him. So yes, this is one of my favourite, obviously blacks to use, just because it goes on really well, pulls in nooks and crannies, and you can definitely see a good difference, um, obviously in the black. So yeah, it pulls nicely in the nooks and crannies, and it's almost obviously like a kind of a greyish colour in the sort of flat raised areas. Missed a little ankle of green there as well. So from behind, this guy just looks like a Smurf to me. Obviously a bit of an orange Smurf, but a Smurf nonetheless because of his, well, whatever that sort of helmet is. Oh yeah, maybe I should have got the green out as well just to do his ears, just so I don't forget. Got the black pants. Little teeny tiny pants. Alexander, another half hour, no problem. Gonna make a cup of tea. Why not? So again, with the live streams, so obviously I haven't got set times yet, but typically 2 hours is kind of what I like to do. But then obviously if everything's going well and there's plenty of people still on, then yeah, I'd stay on for like 4 hours, maybe even 6 hours. I think it's because when I'm normally painting, like without doing a live stream, typically the longest I would probably sit and paint non-stop would be about 4 hours. Um, and then obviously I'd go off, have a break, watch a bit of TV, and then obviously do some more painting. Wonky Toast, love the name. Love the channel. What color orange is on his hat? So the orange is amber glow dip. This is the other problem I do find that I have when I do live streams longer than 2 hours. My brain starts to go a little bit fuzzy. Um, yeah, so this is how it looks on obviously armor. I have done a little dry brushing with silver just to make it look like some of the paint is sort of worn off. But yeah, Amberglow dip. Love this orange. Um, it's one that when you put it on, like one coat, it's obviously like a very light orange. Two coats, this is like 1.5 coats, it gets darker. Another coat, it'll be an even darker orange. Put like a fourth coat on, it then starts almost taking on a bit more of a brownish colour. So yeah, it's one of my favourite ones to use because it's almost got hints of yellow right away through to brown, which are my sort of favourite. I love autumnal colours. So yeah, browns, oranges, reds. I love that sort of look and feel. Oh, here's not what I'm painting. This is what I'm painting. Yeah, no worries, Monkey Toast. I say, guys, any questions, by all means, ask them. And I say, let me know what you want to see me paint in future videos. So what I need to try and do is put a list up somewhere of all the my pile of opportunity, my pile of fun, just so you guys can see what I have got, just so you can sort of request what you'd like me to paint next. Because otherwise, obviously, my go-to painting is always going to be orcs because I just love orcs. But I do want to get through some of the stuff because honestly, some of the boxes I've had, probably like a lot of you guys, you get a box, it's on your list to paint, but then you get another box, or you get sidetracked by something else that takes your fancy, because that does happen a lot with me. And that's why things sometimes end up on a shelf for for quite some time. In the case of a lot of the boxes up there, at least 3 years, I reckon. Three, maybe even four. So it's about time I started painting stuff. And again, it's to help me out because obviously I'm painting the things, and I'm going to put them on eBay. In the hope, obviously, some kind person out there wants to buy it to help fund me in buying more stuff and, well, feeding me and my family, really. Right, let's do that little spiky thing on his knee. We'll do that in the orange. And then I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the green back just so I can finish off those few ears that I've somehow missed. Just so when I do paint these tomorrow, um, yeah, they'll all be at the same sort of stage. Right, so the green I'm using is Forest Sprite because I think there was three that I missed their ears. Definitely missed his ears. Someone's knee or ankle, I think. Yeah, he's got an ankle that's missing. Well, not missing, but not painted. He looks like he's done with green. It's got a little bit of orange on him, so I might go over that with green. He just looks so angry. Just not happy, is he, that one? Oh yeah, that's a orange shoulder, or not orange shoulder, orange elbow pad thingy. See, I know all the technical terms. Yeah, the good thing is, obviously, when you're using the dipping inks, they don't react. As in, if you paint them, then go over them again, they're fine. And obviously, you can use this. You can go over the speed paints. Again, no reactivation, which is all cool. Wonky Toast, you love orcs. So you love orcs building them, but painting them not so much. Due to be a new painter. Ah, okay. Struggling with brush control. Any tips? Um, One of the things that I do is it's difficult to show on the screen because you won't be able to see it. But my arms, this part is resting on the table, so it's not like I paint with my arms up in the air because then I think it's a bit wibbly wobbly. So this part of my elbow is literally resting on the table, and as you can see, obviously with this, so even my hand is flat on the table to hold it, and then my other hand again it's flat next to it. Sometimes you might see me I push two fingers together. Again, it just gives it support, so I'm pushing against something, and I paint that way. Um, or again, my finger is pushing onto this, so I guess the holder that's holding a miniature, my other hand is pushing against it. Because what you don't want to say is like free floating hands, because that's when the smallest shake and it'll be off. So having your hands, or in my case, my arms are resting on the desk. Typically, my hands are on the desk, and I use one finger to push against the holder, and then sort of paint away. Say sometimes I will push against a different finger if it's difficult. If I'm doing the top, it's difficult to push my finger on there. So if I'm painting the top, then yeah, you'll see my fingers lock, and again, it just means I'm pushing against, so my hand's not free floating. That's what I'm guessing. I'm saying. The other thing, which I did mention at the beginning of this video, because someone asked about my brush. The brush, it might make a small bit of difference, not a lot, but sometimes the little bit of difference can be a lot. Obviously, most brushes are just long and thin, and they're comfy enough to hold, but sometimes they are. I mean, I haven't got chunky fingers or chubby fingers. I don't know. Um, but yeah, because it's quite a small brush, you're obviously holding it, and there's like obviously not a lot in there. Whereas this brush, again, I'm not sponsored by this company. They sent me this for free, which is why obviously I'm promoting them. Well, no, that's a lie. I'm promoting them because I like the brush. I think I've had it for about 3 months now, 3-4 months. Um, so the other thing is, I won't promote anything I don't like. Um, Again, as much as this channel is my full-time income, I won't say something's good if it's not. I'll never badmouth a product. I'm a strong believer in if you've got nothing nice to say nothing at all. So if I do use a product and I don't say much about it, then there might be bad bits about it. I'm not sure. I'm waffling now. But yeah, back to the brush. This brush, a lot thicker, ergonomic. My fingers fit in there a treat. So again, for me, the brush, it's not going to move. It can't go anywhere. I guess with one of these ones, you might have to grip bigger or stronger because obviously it can just slide in and out. Whereas this one, it doesn't. And this is golden maple, I think it is. Again, link down below. I'm sure it's golden maple. Um, so I've been using this for about the last 3-4 months, and yeah, I've got, I don't know, I've probably got about 20 odd brushes over there, different sizes. I don't use them anymore, and well, unless I've got to do something big, so I've got a couple of like big brushes, but otherwise I use this. And I did mention earlier with this, the other good thing is you can take out the nib. I call it a nib. It's not really a nib, is it? But the end of the paintbrush to change it. Oh, I can get into this thing. They do like a variety of sizes. So there's a little spring in there, which I think, because again, the heat, it's made things expand. But normally the spring would fall out, that would fall out, and then you just replace it with a different, again, I'm going to call it a nib for the sake of a word. You just swap a different one in there. And again, that might make a little bit of difference in the control of the brush, just because it fits in the hand nice. I know it does for me anyway. Again, I'm waffling. Yeah, I think sometimes people just want a quick, straight answer, and I kind of go around the houses. Yeah, I can't help myself sometimes. Um, but yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, I will get to that other one. How do the miniatures stay on here? Double-sided tape. Yeah, simple as that. I put double-sided tape on here, and so sometimes, again, because it's so hot, they do sometimes move and slide. So I have to keep like pushing down. But normally, double-sided tape on there, it stays there for the entirety of me painting it, and then obviously you just pull it off, pull the tape off, and obviously good to go. But yeah, I did used to use blue tack, but again, I found blue tack, it didn't stay on that well. Even though you put a little bit on and really pushed it on there hard, it could still eventually move or pop off. Double-sided tape I found is the best. Um, oh, I can't find where mine is, but I've got like I've got 1 inch double-sided tape. Obviously, you can get it in a variety of thicknesses. So I've got the 1 inch, so it literally goes across the whole of that in one go. Um, so yeah, double-sided tape for the win. Wonky Toast, how long do the brushes last before the tip goes? Good question. Well, I've had this one going for the last 4 months, still going strong. Although I'm probably not the best person to ask about brushes and brush care because I don't. I say I've got a cup of water beside me. This is the first time I've ever used a cup of water, and that's because of me wanting to water down some paint. Typically, I use wet wipes. Well, no, typically I do that to clean the brush, which you probably shouldn't, because there's probably are toxins in paints. Not much, but obviously if you've been painting for years and years and years, you probably might have quite a lot. Um, so yeah, I will typically use a brush. This is why I've never spent a lot of money on a brush, because it doesn't matter if I buy a cheap brush or an expensive brush, I'm not going to look after it like I should do. It is going to fall to bits. It's kind of like how I drive cars. I drive them till they die a death, then I get a new one. I'm talking second-hand cars here, not brand new ones. But yeah, so this has been going for 4 months and still going strong. But again, I don't know how it comes. But when they sent me this, say if you weren't here earlier, I'm very fortunate that I get sent stuff for free, for me to have a little play with. And this was sent to me for free. So I got this and this, which has got, I think there's 4 other brushes in here. Yeah, different sizes. So you got a number 2, 3, 0, and 1. So you can buy replacements again, which is great, because then you've got the handle, you just buy the end replacements. I couldn't tell you how much it costs, because I say they sent it to me for free, so I never even looked at the price. But I'm sure they're not expensive. But yeah, check them out. There's a link down in the descriptions, guys. So yeah, go check them out. Check out the prices. They do basing materials and other stuff as well. And they have sent me some basing material, which I haven't used yet, but I will get round to that at some stage. But yeah, so for me, this brush so much nicer to hold than this one. Even though I should really be comparing the actual brush, the materials used, and all that. It's like, nah, this one's just comfy. I mean, I'm built for comfort. Um, Yokalehio. This is where I love names. When I say a name, it makes me smile. It's like, yeah, great. I love it. So yeah, Yokalehio. Love it. Great to catch you live, but for no reason than to say thanks for all the videos. Enjoy the content. Cheers. Oh, well, cheers for watching the videos. Because I say I started this channel 6 years ago yesterday, just as something to do during the lockdown. Obviously, I was a wedding photographer before that. Um, and yeah, I started this channel as something to do, keep me busy. And it's just sort of grown from me building things out of rubbish, like basically it's like Blue Peter. Um, to now, obviously, me painting miniatures, getting sent 3D printers, brushes, paints, and just having lots of fun and earning an income from it. Not a big income, but I'm not someone who needs money to buy expensive clothes and stuff. Yeah, so it's enough money for me to survive on, basically. Um, I forgot what I started now. Oh, yeah, you love watching the content. Yeah, again, and it's because of you people watching my content, which means I've been able to do this for 6 years. So yeah, cheers to you, Yogalehi. It's the little things in life that make me smile and happy, and names. So you and Wonky Toast, you're up there. You're my two favourite names so far. But so there used to be a guy. So my last live stream, other than yesterday, and the one I did earlier today, was a good 2-3 years ago. And someone used to come on, and I can't remember for the life of me what their name was. But as soon as it popped up, I smiled just looking at their name. I am easily pleased. I'm an empath, so yeah, I can be easily pleased, but I can also find things very negative, which is why sometimes when I read comments on my videos, even if it's only a small little bit of negativity, it really brings me down. And the problem then, I don't read comments for the next few videos because I just can't look at comments in case there's one. Again, it's not even, they're not even like negative comments. They're just, yeah, the smallest amount of negativity, it can bring me down. But again, the good thing is, the upside is, I'm easily pleased by the smallest of things as well. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. It's nearly past. I've got many people watching. There's 21 people. That's not too bad. Um, yeah. So I was gonna paint their ears green, wasn't I? Oh, I haven't got the green in. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there because this. I can tell when I need this other stop because I'm just gonna waffle on about anything and nothing. Probably need to eat more already. But guys, cheers for being here and watching. I say throughout the rest of this week, I'm going to be doing live streams at weird and wonderful times during the days, just to see what sort of accommodates you guys, as well as me. Because say basically every day I'm painting something or making something or doing something. So that's kind of why I really want to get into a routine of doing more live streams because it is fun interacting with you guys. And I say, especially if it becomes a two-way street. So you guys say what you want me to sort of paint, or ask me what you'd like to see me paint, and obviously giving me ideas of painting colours. Just because it'd be fun. I say it'd be a great way for us to all interact, have a bit of a laugh, me paint away, and you guys be there doing well whatever it is you're doing, whether you're at work, just chilling, watching me, listening to me, or sitting there painting along, which is pretty cool. So yeah, cheers guys. Thanks a lot for being there and for watching and the rest of it. And I say I'm going to be back on tomorrow. I'm going to try 4 p.m. UK time. And yeah, see how that goes. Right, I'm going to click a couple of buttons, he says, hopefully. We'll click that one and then we'll turn this one off. So guys, you'll take care and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers for being there. Bye now.